welcome to the Burn Unit, starring the amazing Johnathan. Time for one of my favorite jokes. Man goes to a bar, says, I'll have 15 shots of whiskey. Bartender pours 15 shots. The guy throws them back, one right after another. Bartender says, man, you drank those quick. Man said, you drink quick too if you had what I had. Bartender said, what do you have? He says, 75 cents. It's showtime!
Burn Unit with your host, the amazing Johnathan.
Welcome to Burn Unit and
Johnathan,
Bruce
Block.
And this is Burn Unit. We have a good show tonight. We have
A new location too.
brand new location.
We move like
Yeah, we're like thieves in the night.
Yeah. But now, I mean, this has got to be our permanent home. This is
my home.
You can't see everything, but this is the drive-in.
This is my warehouse where I keep everything,
warehouse, yeah.
and my cars are all here. My car collection's here, and we're right under the airport.
Under the airport.
Yeah, that's the only drawback. We didn't count on that.
Well, and Kenny G is a drawback. Well, not Kenny. He's next door and he's rehearsing for some big show.
Yeah, there's a music studio next door.
Noisy as hell.
And well, Kenny G's not as bad as when like the big rock bands were here, but he's still pretty loud.
You should get to know him so you can tell him.
What do you mean talking about? I know Kenny. I know all these guys that come and go.
Yeah.
Kenny G's a friend of mine, Bruce. And every time
I say that.
Hey, Kenny, how you doing, man? Hey, how are you, buddy? Are we having lunch tomorrow?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, cool, man. All right. Can you keep it down next door? Just a little? Just turn it down? All right. Oh, I don't know Kenny G. Pow!
He could have talked.
Wait. Pow!
He could have talked about his show, but I guess he could have. He could have talked about.
Let me turn it up. Oh! Can you read between the lines?
He could have talked about his show, but
he could have shook your hand too, but he didn't.
He could have talked about his show, but I guess he doesn't like to blow his own horn. Thank you.
Very nice.
Good night, everybody.
Very nice. We could end with that. It would be good enough. We have on our show tonight, we have two guests. We have, first, we're going to bring out Jungle Josh.
Things went terribly wrong last time,
yeah.
But they're going to go right
got
this
hurt,
time.
which is why I'm having them back.
Well, and people got hurt, too.
Which is why I'm having them back. And we also have the creator of some of the finest illusions in the world, Mr. Bill Smith, who builds illusions for David Copperfield. Well, if they have illusions, he builds them.
He builds them for everyone out here.
There's like two guys.
What's the name of his company?
Magic Ventures.
Magic Venture. You need something built. We were just talking with Bill. All the crap that you see on America's Got Talent comes from Bill Smith.
Yeah.
Even some of the crap I did on that show.
Yeah. And
not because of Bill, but
the stuff with a capital C would be Bruce's. And, so we're going to bring him out.
What was the story about the airport next?
All right, we are close to the airport, right?
Yes, we are.
So my big idea was to go up on the roof and shoot off some fireworks, because I didn't want the cops to see us down here, so we went on the roof. We cried with not just little bottle rockets, with mortars. We got them from like the Indian reservation. Why the Indians are allowed to have? They're drunk all the time. Why are they allowed to have fireworks?
It's a sovereign nation.
Yeah, okay, they don't have the laws we have.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that it was in the flight path, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, directly in the flight path. You couldn't have taken one of those you couldn't take a surveyor instrument and get closer to the flight path. So I peek over the edge and I see all these cops are sneaking around, trying to circle, find out where they're coming from. They didn't know we were on the roof. Then they figured it out and were yelling, come down now, you come down immediately.
How long ago was this?
This was last Halloween or the Halloween before. It wasn't when I was a kid. I was too old to be hiding from the cops. Let's put it that way.
Not during one of the big Halloween parties.
It was the year before last when we didn't have it. So it's completely surrounded by cops, and none of them can get up on top of the roof because you have to get a ladder to get to the ladder to climb up on the roof because the ladder starts halfway up. So we didn't go down. We were scared. We didn't come down.
We being who?
We hid. Who
were you with? Who were you
I was with three guys.
Kenny G?
My nephew.
Was Kenny G?
Kenny wasn't there, but Paul McCartney was.
Okay.
And you laugh, but don't make me bring him in.
Well, he has wings. You could have cut it down because he's got wings.
Well, I mean, the point is that we knew
somebody's got to have gotten that. Paul McCartney and wings.
I wasn't really listening.
Jesus, that was a great joke.
Oh, wings.
You could have come down because. Fuck, that was a good
Well, I was thinking they were all on one side of the building, and I was thinking about jumping off the roof, which is really high, off the warehouse roof, onto the tree. I knew the branches would break, but I would ride them down and escape. That would be my big getaway plan. But eventually they got really tired of waiting for us to come down, and they had donuts to eat or something, and they just left. They left us alone, and they drove away. Here we were shooting rockets at the planes, and they just kind of just went away. Maybe they got to call something more important. But man, we were hiding. It was scary. This is like 2 years ago. I'm scared. I'm hiding behind a water cooler on a roof. Really? That's not me.
Well, actually, it is.
It is.
Actually, it is.
Well, we're going to go to a commercial. We'll be right back with our first guest, and that is Jungle Josh.
I know. Or Bill Smith.
No, the first Jungle Josh, and then
okay.
Bill Smith.
Okay.
Bill's the headliner. Jungle Josh is the guy.
Yeah, but I mean, there'll be animal shit on the
well,
ground with jungle.
We'll clean that up. So we'll be back. We're back with Burn Unit. We have with us Jungle Josh, who's a frequent visitor on our show.
He brought some birds with him, which is
You can hear the birds in the background.
Yep,
Very
they're pretty
fucking
loud.
annoying, man. Do you live like that at your house? He has the zoo in his house. He calls it the first zoo of science fiction or something like that. But
Exactly.
I don't know how you can live like that with all that noise.
It's why I'm single.
That's why you're single. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for bringing it. What did you bring us this week?
Well, I brought a very rare fall raccoon.
Fall raccoon.
I had a spring raccoon, but unfortunately it died.
Oh, he's cute. Can I hold it?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
he's really cute, isn't he? He doesn't bite or anything, does he?
No.
Oh,
Very
fuck!
nice.
Motherfucker,
Wait!
What the fuck was that? Oh, he's probably trying to nibble me, but it felt like a bite.
he bit Kenny G backstage.
You know those are endangered, don't you?
What, co-hosts? I often think that. Sometimes someone will be kissing or nuzzling on my neck, and I'll fucking punch it, thinking that I'm being bit, which is why I don't have a girlfriend. So, what else do you have? Do you have anything like poisonous or deadly?
Yeah, actually, I'll hold on to this one.
Cool.
Very poisonous, very deadly. Native to Africa. It's an emperor scorpion.
Fucking hell! It bit him. Is that the venom?
Are you supposed to suck out the venom?
It's going right
I'm not
into
sucking
his
out the
penis.
venom now. I'm not falling for that again.
You think it hurt, but it's just a little prick.
Oh, good lines for being fucking. Finally, the thing that made him funny, venom. So, what else you got? Something.
Well,
Bruce
these
is having a good.
these are fairly
I'm
unusual.
gonna fucking kill those birds. All right.
These are fairly unusual. This is the rare all black rabbit.
Where are they from?
They're indigenous to Compton and Detroit.
Wow.
Put me back in the box, motherfucker.
Boy, he's got an attitude, doesn't he?
Are you eyeballing me,
Christ.
motherfucker?
I didn't
I'll
know he
kill
was so
you.
pissed.
Yeah.
I will kill
Is he
you
always
and
like
your
this?
motherfucking family.
No,
I don't think he likes you because you're white. I think he's racist.
it could be.
Is that a boy or a girl?
I haven't checked.
Not sure. I think it's a girl. That's all right. Put it back. So, do you have any? Yeah, it's a girl. Do you have any poisonous insects?
Yeah.
That's potent, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I brought a very poisonous Madagascan tree spider.
Ooh, I've seen those. They're big, huge
but,
ones.
when I unloaded everything, I couldn't seem to find him.
What, did you have them or did you not have them?
Well,
because that'd be nice to know if it was
left
fucking
the
loose.
car, entered the studio, and then after that, I'm not really exactly sure what happened.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Yeah.
All right, so.
But I still have the birds.
Well, let's bring them out because they sound like they really are anxious to come out here. So go grab the birds and let's see what they look like. Look at your bunny looking at him like I'm gonna kill him. That bunny wants at him.
They live right next to each other.
Really?
Yeah.
The ghetto.
Yeah.
In the ghetto. So he's cute. He looks like he's trying to bite you.
No, they groom you, and so he's going through.
Yeah, like the tiger groomed Roy. Is he?
Well, that's where that's from too. Is being overly groomed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he talk at all?
No, they don't talk. They're real good at flying and doing tricks.
I bet you I can make him talk. See? He's talking.
He's never
Birds
said
talking.
a word.
Around me, birds are talking to him.
Never said a word the whole time I've had him.
Polly wants a fucking cracker. Polly wants a fucking cracker. Give Polly a fucking cracker now.
Look, it's this jungle, Josh.
Oh,
Let's see if he
shit.
freaks out. Let's see if he freaks out.
Hey, baby, show us your tits.
Look at him, look at him. Look at oh, he wants a kiss.
What? Polly wants a blowjob.
You know what?
Get cat alert.
This is the good part about this, Josh. Watch.
Yeah.
Look. Oh. Josh, thanks for coming in and bringing all your animals. Sorry about the.
Yeah.
Well, you're leaving with 2 out of the 4
Yeah,
animals.
I lost 2 animals tonight.
That's okay. I'll put it on your bill. So,
I thought it's the other way around.
no, put it on his bill.
Oh,
Bill. All right, so tell him to go back to his cage and we can wrap up with the show.
all right, it's time to
We'll
go
bring
back to
our
your
real guest
cage.
out. Huh? Go back to your cage.
Yeah, he doesn't want to.
Go back to your cage. Look at me. Go back to your cage. Look. Go back to your cage. See? That's how you do it, Josh. I'll let you keep this.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
animals are afraid of that.
Now I got one.
Yeah. Or spanking, if you don't want to be real rough on them, you know, spank them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could work too.
So anyway, thanks for coming, and we'll be right back with our guest, Bill Smith, builder of Magic Illusions. Thank you.
Cool.
Welcome back to Burn Unit. How was that Jungle Josh thing?
Always a
All
treat.
right, good. We are sitting here, ladies and gentlemen, with Mr. Bill Smith. If you are a magician, you know who you have his. He has your money, basically. If you're a magician,
Used to.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's that recession
Yeah.
thing, and then the divorce thing.
Divorce,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. We can talk
I'm
about
not
the.
bitter.
We don't want to talk about the divorce because then we get both of you and I just
We have to talk about our super X's.
We'll just say that the hell could not be run without them, and Satan wanted them both back, and so he took them. So
So Super X is for you is not a levitation.
no, exactly. Super X. That's funny. Super X.
All magicians got that.
If you are, that's true. Only magicians did get that. Don't ever do that again, Bruce.
Is somebody other than magicians watching this?
There's nobody watching
Oh,
this.
okay.
No, we're saying that.
I don't even know if
Okay,
they're
good.
magicians, but yeah.
No, but I think they will this week
Oh,
because
okay.
of you being on it.
All right.
When we had Danny Sylvester, our numbers were very, very high, which tells us
Wow.
that magicians like to watch the show when there's good magicians on.
Or it
And-
tells us that Danny keeps watching himself.
Yeah, that could be
I
it.
haven't seen that. I got to see that because he's crazy.
Yeah,
I've known him since he was a little kid.
Yeah,
It's
we did
very
it on the
odd.
road. I do a few of these on the road, and he brought some of his stuff, and he's a genius.
Yeah, he really
a
is.
genius.
Yeah,
They
he
don't
makes all this
understand him in America, but that's America's problem, you know. They get them everywhere else. So you have you've been in Las Vegas. You didn't start in Las Vegas. Your first company was where in Long Beach.
Long Beach, California.
That's where you. How old were you when you started Magic Ventures?
I was about 25. I'd finished with working with Harry Blackstone Jr.
Right.
on Broadway, and I came back and got my shop going.
I don't want to give away any secrets, but were you the one that strung the invisible wire for the light bulb?
I
thing?
did the floating light bulb for 10 years. No wires though.
There were no wires on that one.
Magnets.
Magnets. Yeah. Wires. So you were were you a kid in the get started a builder first
I
or
started as a
magician?
woodworker. I took woodworking classes in junior high, and my dad had a really nice workshop in our garage.
He
So
was.
I
That's what he
built-
did for a living, isn't it?
No, he was a meat cutter, but he had he loved to go out and tinker and make stuff.
He told you he was a meat cutter.
Yeah,
Huh?
he was butcher.
Yeah.
But yeah, woodworking was my first hobby, and then I got into magic when I was about 15 or 16.
What was the first trick you ever built?
I made a.
Let me guess.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're gonna say flip over
Flip
box.
over
I was
box.
gonna say squared circle was
I
gonna
made
be my guess.
I made a
'Cause
flip over box, and I made it wrong.
What? It didn't flip right?
It didn't work right. I mean, I had to like open the flap down and open this up. I didn't know how it really worked.
Did you
didn't
change
really
it back, or did you? Were
Eventually,
you
you know,
stubborn
it's-
enough just to go? This is the way the flip box will work
Yeah.
from now
No,
on.
And then what's funny is later, like 10 years later, I was working for Harry Blackstone, and if you remember Harry's show, there was a a wizard character. It was like a running gag with the wizard character would come on. At the end of the show, there was a switch where I was the wizard and switched with Harry, and he became the wizard character.
And
So
that-
one of my
how was
bits-
that done?
Well, I'm not going to tell you.
Wires, the same wire.
Magnets.
Magnet.
In,
I'm
so
gonna
when-
get one secret out of
to
him. You
us-
watch before the show's over. I'll get him to say one secret.
to establish this character, I would come out and do these horrible little tricks through the show. And so this little flip over box that I made, I was using in the show. I put a dove in or a cage in and it disappeared.
It still worked though, even though it flipped the wrong
It
way.
still worked.
Yeah.
But it was funny because I just made, this was the first magic trick I ever made, and I was performing it at the Majestic Theater on Broadway 10 years later.
Yeah. Correctly though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had
There's
made
a
a
great
squirt.
story about Harry with flip over box.
How did Harry die? First of all,
He had pancreatic cancer.
it wasn't a rare virus that he
That's what it
picked up.
kind of started out, and it was almost a thing where
He was
they
an
didn't want
exotic.
People, it was almost like the recent Liberace movie that's out and all this. People don't want the truth out of how you're dying because you're going to lose business.
So
mean,
Blackstone
Harry-
died of AIDS.
Pancreatic cancer.
Oh, you're talking about Liberace. I see.
So, but no, Harry was a great guy.
I always heard that he went somewhere where exotic and got some strain of virus.
He
that-
did. I mean, I had been working with him for quite a while when this was all going.
He died young.
Yeah, he was like 62,
Yeah.
63.
Yeah. James Gandolfini died today, did you know?
Right.
We can
I'm a
talk
big
about-
Soprano.
Yeah. Are you?
So-
I've never
Yeah.
seen The Sopranos.
Oh, I've seen every one of them.
Really? I don't want to get hooked on that one. It's so long because they made so many episodes that if once you start that one, you're
Oh, yeah, it's
you're
9
into it
years
for
on
yeah.
it.
See, I get hooked on TV. I can't watch TV. You get time to watch TV?
Sure.
You do? You do normal hours, don't you? You said you had to get up in the morning. I'm like, wow, I never heard that.
No, yeah, I get up early. I got 4 employees, so we get there early, especially
Like
now with
how
the summer.
early?
I'm there at 7. I have one guy gets there at 6. But now it's with summer coming, they like to come in early.
And you're busy as hell now. But for a while, you went through a little slump, and now here you're doing.
It's all
You're doing
it's-
cruise ships now.
I've been in business for 35 years now, and it always just seems to be there. I mean, it's all secular. During the 90s, it was World's Greatest Magic. You know all those
Yeah,
things
you did all
our
of
good
them.
friend that
Yeah,
Gary Willett produced.
yeah.
Well, everybody wanted to be an illusionist. So the 90s was, my business really boomed in the 90s. Then a lot of themed entertainment, cruise ships.
Yeah,
But and then 9/11 came, and that really hurt my business.
that's the day you got divorced.
No. That was a few years later. That was my other 9/11.
And business didn't stop then. It just flowed
No,
somewhere
you
else.
wouldn't think that would,
the money flowed somewhere else.
9/11 would affect a little magic building business. But at the time, in 2000, I was doing stuff for Universal Studios, Disney Cruises.
I think it affected everyone. I think that they picked the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, because it affected everyone.
Yeah.
I
Affect
mean,
you?
Oh God, yeah.
he used to have hair.
Well, yeah, I was working an Indian reservation in Minneapolis at the time, and where I had a real hard time is I had the rabbits with me, and they put an embargo on traveling with animals on planes.
Because of that rabbit bomb.
Yeah, because they're the rabbit bomber, and so it was like all of a sudden I had to drive back.
So how did you used to get your rabbits through security before 9/11?
Well, you see, now I know what you're thinking. I didn't sneak them through. I'd usually charge. But it's gotten so expensive now to travel with that. It costs more to travel. The rabbits tickets on an airline are more than mine. But I did help once a magician. I won't say his name, but his initials are Jason Byrne. Sneak a duck through security. I didn't realize he gave me. This is when you could just walk with a guest into the airplane. Right. He goes, "Come with me, carry this bag," and I took the bag through, and they X-rayed his duck and got it to the other side. But you don't dare try anything like that anymore. You don't sneak a duck on a plane anymore.
When I was with
Sounds
Blackstone,
like a punchline. And you don't sneak a duck on a plane anymore.
when I was with Blackstone, we used to do
Because
he did the thing where he gave a rabbit away to the little kid during the show.
Which is a terrible thing.
Yeah, no,
we did.
It was good. He
His
got
dad
rid of
did it. It was good enough for his dad. It was good
Yeah,
enough for Harry.
they did it with goldfish too.
So we were doing a one-nighter, and I flew in to do it, and I brought a rabbit with me, and I just kind of had it in a bag, and I sent it right through security, right on the little belt. And I'm looking up, and I see it. There was a little skeleton, of the bunny in the bag as it goes through. And the lady goes, "What do you got in there?" I said, "It's a rabbit." "Well, you can't have a rabbit on." "Why not?" "Well, She let me go through.
You
I felt bad
You
because
should have
she
told
had
her
no
you had a
answer.
skeleton of a rabbit.
Yeah,
That's
she-
not strange. I have a skeleton of a
She had
rabbit.
no answer for that, and then it's and I was kind of worried that the X-ray might have hurt the rabbit, but it seemed fine.
No,
But
the
the
duck was
best
fun.
the best X-ray story. Remember Ab Dixon?
Oh, Ab Dixon is
Dixon?
great with Carol Fox. He used to always
I
do-
know Carol Fox.
Yeah, Ab was
Oh.
that was one of the first
Ab is
magicians
fun.
I worked for on the road.
Who,
1976.
Carol Fox or Ab Dixon?
Ab Dixon. I went to Atlanta to work with him, and actually the recommendation, actually through Doug Henning, told
you
a
know
friend
Doug
of mine.
Henning?
Oh, I know Doug really well, but Doug knew a guy named Don Bice, and Don Bice told me that Ab was looking for a magic
What kind of
technician.
magic did Ab do?
Big illusions. Big illusions.
He was a big man.
guy.
He had big abs.
Friends
Yeah,
with
big abs.
friends with Orson Welles.
Yeah, I knew Orson
And he
Welles.
played the postman on Different Strokes.
Right.
Yeah, it was one of his
Oh,
things.
that Ab.
But Ab
But a
tells
very,
us
very funny vaudeville.
He tells a story that he used to take an old suitcase, fill it full of fertilizer, and take it to the airport and put it on the conveyor and go through. Or he wouldn't put it on the conveyor. He just liked to walk through the little booth, and they'd say, "Sir, you have to put that through the X-ray." No, it's horse shit. Sir, you have to put that suitcase through the scanner. I'm telling you, it's nothing but horse shit. So then he put it on the conveyor and it went through, and they're like, "What the hell's in there?" Open it up, and it was fertilizer. He said, "I told you it was horse shit."
That's great.
I'm a fertilizer
That's
salesman.
great. That,
Whether he ever did that, I don't know.
yeah, some people. You never know with those kind of stories. Like
Yeah.
like the one with the kangaroo. Was that a true story, Di Vernon? You know that
That,
one?
I think that's an urban
I
myth
think
because
a
I've
lot
heard
of
it.
magicians invent urban. I know I do. A lot of magicians.
It's a great story though, but I've heard it with
You
Vernon
heard
a
the
kangaroo?
story about the wallet. They hit a kangaroo in Australia with their car, and
Vernon?
they thought they killed it. Yeah, Vernon and the two other old magicians. I don't remember, but Vernon was
Probably
the main
Kuda Bucks and
yeah, Kuda Bucks, and it was Jay Marshall, I think.
Yeah.
And so, as a joke, they positioned this kangaroo on the bumper and took pictures with it. And one of the guys said, "Put your jacket on him, put your hat on him, put a cigar in his mouth." Well, they did this, and it came back alive and jumped, ran away with the guy's jacket, wallet, all of his wallet,
Passport.
and his
Passport.
passport. And so the
That's a
joke was
funny
on
story.
them.
I've never heard that one.
Kangaroo 1, magician 0.
All right.
Yeah. So
Well, I remember I'm so old that I used to work the Magic Castle in like 1977 when I 76, 77 I started working there. And Vernon was just a little old man in the corner doing card tricks. I could give a shit.
I
about it.
remember. Vernon.
He used to come and see my act. "Oh, good job, Bill. Funny show." But I would
Nice
never talk to
impression of
him,
Vernon.
and but he knew Houdini and all these people that at that time I wasn't into magic history. I am really in now.
Yeah.
But I had a chance to talk to all these great old timers. I really didn't. I feel.
I
bad
got to
that
meet Di Vernon and talk with him a little. But Carol Fox was one of the reasons I got into magic
Oh,
because
he
at
was
the
the
time
greatest.
I saw him doing at that mall there. Seriously,
wow.
that's where he worked. I saw him doing W.C. Fields, and he was working for Bell Telephones.
Right.
And he was really good and really funny, and he did
Yeah.
tricks, and that's what got me. And then I walked into his magic shop. Him and Roy Kissel had a
Roy
magic
Kissel, I
shop.
knew
That's
Roy,
the
yeah.
first shop I went in.
Yeah.
You see
Foxy-
how,
the Fox Den
it's
or
like 7
something?
degrees of separation.
Was
with
it Foxy
magicians.
Den or what was it called? The magic shop.
Fox's Fun and Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Carol was a great mentor of mine, and I just loved him.
He played Melky the Clown, which is what
Yeah.
I grew up watching when I was a kid. Melky the Clown was like a kid's show, and that's who it was. I didn't find that out till like way later. And also on Bozo, did you know Larry?
Larry Harmon.
Larry, no, not Larry Harmon. Larry,
That was Chicago.
Mr. Houdini. He went by Houdini on the Bozo show. Larry.
Oh,
he's-
Marshall Brodeen.
Marshall
No.
Brodeen was out
Wizzo,
of
he was
Chicago.
Wizzo.
The Chicago was Marshall Brodeen as Wizzo.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we had Larry Harmon. I was from
Larry Harmon,
California.
yeah.
We had Larry Harmon. in
Larry
California.
Harmon was Bozo, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he was Bozo,
Yeah. He was one of the original Bozos, wasn't he?
Actually, the one in Chicago was, but then Larry Harmon somehow
Art
pulled
Bell.
a fast one and bought the franchise.
Yeah, someone told me about going to Bozo school,
Yeah.
and he was one of the Bozos, and
Yeah.
they have a whole school that they had to go to, and the real Bozo was a really strict teacher. He had
Right.
everything had to be Bozo-like,
Yeah.
perfectly Bozo.
But Carol was
Bozo-esque.
he came out to California quite a bit, and he was working at Anaheim Convention Center for a big, I guess, Ford or some one of the car companies, and I hung out with him the whole day. He didn't do more than 2 shows the whole day. He just schmoozed everybody.
Yeah,
And they just loved to be around him.
yeah. Well, maybe he was supposed to do more than 2 shows.
Oh, I know he was, but he didn't.
See, that's what I did
Yeah.
when I had a state fair gig, and I had to do 20 shows a day for great money. I did 2 shows a day, and then went back to the hotel Then nobody, because you're wandering around. You're a wandering
Yeah.
thing like that situation.
That's all. It was all about schmoozing the client. Yeah.
So I wasn't smoozing. I was home watching TV. I should have schmoozed the client. But
Yeah.
I just went home. There's no way to track you. If there's no way to track you, I won't be there. You know, I will never be where I'm supposed to be. So okay, so
It's
now.
great that now you have that tracking
So
device
now,
around your
when
ankle.
did the Long Beach Mystics were around long before you were in the Long Beach Mystics, right?
Yeah, I was
30
lucky
years.
to. I was born in 1955, and that's when Disneyland opened and the Long Beach Mystics started.
Right.
And it wasn't until when I was 12, I went to Disneyland and bought my first magic trick at the magic shop
This is
there on
way
Main
before
Street.
Steve Martin worked there, probably.
Yeah. So I might even bought it from Steve Martin at the
Yeah.
time. I don't even know. Leo Benke was
Long
there
Beach
at
Mystics,
the
if
time.
you don't know, are a group of thugs that ruled and terrorized Long Beach and a big crime spree. They stole cars. That's what they sounds like.
Yeah.
Long Beach Mystics sounds like a gang.
Yeah.
I'll show you a picture of the Long Beach Mystics. I got a picture of you in the Long
Okay.
Beach Mystics. We'll cut away to that and I'll show you in a second. But here it is now. There it is on the screen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went to. I read about. I got Genie magazine, and I read about the Long Beach Mystic. It's Amazing. Was at the high school that I was going to, so that
Wasn't it always at the same place?
we used. They had it
a
was Long.
restaurant
No,
too?
well, we actually had the It's Amazing show was a yearly show that did for about 15 years, maybe even 20 years.
It
And
produced some of the best magicians that,
Oh, yeah.
that are working
Who was
today.
it? Dana Daniels?
Yeah,
Mike
the-
Caveney, Stan Allen,
Yeah.
Dana Daniels, Kevin
one
James.
group seemed to
Mike Weber.
to blossom more than all the other magic groups. The junior magicians produced some pretty good magicians.
Mainly, we had no adult supervision, so we just did whatever we wanted to do.
Yeah.
No adults telling us we couldn't do it, and it was all about if you had like when I tried out, I did my whole act. I don't know if I got in or not. My mom said, "How'd you do?" I go, "I don't know. They didn't even tell me if I got in." So the next month, I show up and I said to Ron Anderson, my good friend now, who was the vice president, I said, "Did I get in?" He goes, "Everybody gets in. If you got the balls to get up on stage and perform, you
that's
get
the
in."
thing. That's the thing with you guys were real critical of
It's
each
like
other.
getting a show at David Sachs.
Well, no, they were critical of it. You guys would tell if something was wrong, you would say that was wrong,
Yeah.
and that's probably why you guys got good faster.
Yep,
and,
exactly.
And because you were it was more of a critiquing group.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like what we do on this show. It's like a burn unit type thing.
But with a-
positive,
Pretty much.
with a positive
With a
spin.
positive spin. Yeah, that's the big
But the
difference.
first It's Amazing show I went to, it was at my high school. I was a junior high school, and I read in Genie magazine, It's Amazing in Millikan High School, $1.50. So my brother and my dad were going to a football game. They dropped me off at the school. I go up and give my $1.50 to the ticket booth, and the guy says, "It's $2." I said, Genie magazine had said it was $1.50. He said, "It's $2 at the door." I walked home, didn't even see that show. The next year, I was actually working backstage on the show. That's how the Mystics work.
Nowadays, it's like $3.50 now, I think. I saw the Long Beach Mystics at the Magic Castle. They
yeah,
did a Mystics week.
Yep. Yeah,
And
that was fun.
I
We had
didn't
more fun
see
back.
you. I didn't see you.
I was the
saw-
one that when we hadn't done my act in about 16 years, and I was talking to Dale Hyman at one of the World Magic seminars, and I said, "I want to come back and do my act, but I don't really want to do it every night. What about if we have a Long Beach Mystic night at the castle in every room? We'll have somebody close-up
Yeah.
guys in the parlor, and so we did it. And I only did about 3 or 4 nights.
I didn't see all of them. I saw the good ones, though. I saw Wes. First time I ever
Les
saw
Arnold,
Les
and Dezel,
Arnold. First
yeah.
time I ever saw Les. Blew me away, man.
Yeah. Les is one of my mentors. When I was in junior high school, he was a student teacher in the wood shop, but I didn't have him. And I remember going out to lunch, and my buddies were going, "Hey, our teacher, Mr. Arnold, did a magic show." I said, "What?" Because I was just getting into magic then. He goes, "Yeah, he did this gun that said bang on it." And then he pulled off
Classic.
he pulled out one of the little girl's bra off. Yeah, so that's the kind of stuff he was doing.
Classic.
So 5 years later, I finally met Les, and the fact that I was into woodworking and magic, he became my
And he
mentor.
had all his fingers, too. And he was a
I still do
magician.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
I've had
true.
some-
Yeah,
I've got a few scars. I've had some close calls.
You give the scary stuff to your workers. Admit that.
No, and yeah, I mean, I've had things that'll kick back on me. And I mean, if you ever taken a wood shop,
Oh,
you know.
yeah. I used to build my own stuff.
I know you still do.
I still build it, but I mean,
That's why I have a nice client list, but you're not on it yet. So
I saw that, by the way, today. I'd probably be on. I wasn't.
No.
You,
Would you-
haven't built anything
No.
for me yet.
but
But
you have skills, but you use kind of interesting materials.
Well, no, I don't
Only
have
things-
any skills, and I use
No,
what
it's
I
very-
Dumpsters.
No, but I've seen some of that stuff at your house is really clever. With
Oh
the,
yeah, I built. Yeah, we're talking about doing that. We're going to build. Bill and I are fans of the practical joke, and there's a company called how do you pronounce it? Demulun? Demulun.
Yeah.
That they made practical jokes that were so amazing, and
They were almost like magic tricks.
you couldn't do.
the
I
gimmicks.
mean, literally, they had staircases that would flip down, and you'd slide down like in the cartoons. You know, before.
But always,
insurance-
and then a
before the
22
days of
or a
insurance.
32 caliber blank would go off. I
Yeah,
mean,
always every trick
yeah.
they have has a blank 32 caliber shell that goes in it, just for that extra little scare. It's not bad enough you're falling, but you want to hear that bang and get that shock too, as well as the water that's probably going to be next.
Right. I got into it because David Copperfield collected this stuff.
Right.
So I would
Yeah.
find out where it was, and then I traded him for magic posters because he had tons of magic posters.
Right, and
So
I
then
got
I sold most
mine
all my
from you.
stuff.
I got my
after the
stuff from you.
divorce. Yeah.
After the divorce, you needed the money, and I got all your whack paddles, one of which had KKK on
Yeah.
it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was weird.
That was used. Yeah. Why would? Yeah. I don't believe that.
I don't either,
Because they don't whack them in the butt; they hang them from the tree. So, yeah.
I didn't think of that.
We'll get them with these spank paddles.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
But one of the, they have the LA History Conference every couple of years, and one year I did a talk on Demulun, and so I did the history of the whole thing,
Yeah.
and then we had, I said, now I'm going to take you back to 1920 in the Peoria, Illinois lodge, whatever, and we reenacted this stuff, and John Carney was one of the guys, and Jim
You
Piper.
did the ceremonies.
We did,
Yeah,
we did.
back then. What were
This
those
one.
ceremonies called? They had ceremonies back then, like
These were like initiation.
yeah, but
Yeah.
for like Kiwanis clubs would do.
Mainly it was Masons
Masons.
and Woodmans of the world.
They were pretty
Yeah.
evil. They
Yeah.
had
Oh,
pretty.
yeah.
They had pretty evil stuff.
Still are, I think.
They had a snare carpeting that when you walked down the carpeting, all four corners would go together and it would bring you up in the air like an
Yeah.
animal trap.
Yeah.
You know, it was
Very
like
devious.
stuff. Yeah.
But the mechanics to make it work was very magical.
Oh yeah.
So that's why
I have one, and David. I don't know if you have a chair. You have a chair.
I had several of them. I don't have
Yeah.
anymore.
There's a chair I have in my house, and David has in his house. That if someone sits down on it, you pull a string behind them, and it snaps the chair back, and they completely fall backwards in the chair and do a somersault. It doesn't hurt them. It's like built.
It's the only one that doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
of
the
all
other
this.
one. But there, again, a shotgun shell goes off,
Yeah.
of course, and then the chair falls backwards, and David has a camera on the ceiling so that he gets like that look of shock on. He's got movie stars, every movie star out in the world going.
Well, also, our good friend Mike Caveney is really what started David on that kick, because Mike had the first one, the surprise chair it was called.
Yeah.
And he would always pull it on people, and then they'd take a Polaroid picture. And they had a nice little album, and it said, "Friends we have dumped."
Friends we have
Yeah.
dumped.
So-
You told me I have a BB gun that when you
Yeah.
shoot the BB gun, it shoots water in your face. I mean,
Right.
you fill the whole barrel of the BB gun up, and it doesn't stop until it's empty. It just keeps coming. And
Right, right.
And they're like pretty much in shock. So it's funny watching them just get the water. They don't go, oh. They're
Yeah.
just like, they get completely doused.
Yeah.
They wait till it's brilliant
Yeah.
stuff. And we're going to recreate it. We're going to take the best of the catalog, and Bill and I are going to
That's gonna be great.
retool, and we're going to rework it to have wireless remotes and update it a little bit for the insurance company reasons. And then we're going to sell it. And I'm going to combine my stuff with it too. He's going to help me build my stuff too, because I'm sure you could do my stuff some justice. My stuff's bad. It's built like.
But it's ingenious.
But you know what? This tricky as the wireless stuff is. I like a string and a,
I'm been around a long time. I'm old school. If
Yeah.
you can pull it with a black thread, here's your secret.
Yeah.
Rather than a motor, you will. Because
Yeah.
if I'm somewhere overseas and I got to get a motor, good luck with that.
That's
you
right.
know.
It's like
so
I'd
it's
rather
like low tech.
I'd rather have tools that have cords on them, so rather than like something cordless that you have to stop working when you run out of.
Right.
You know, I'm.
But magicians want everything automated now, and it's like, I'd say, hey, just have to open the door, show it empty. Why does it have to magically open and all this stuff?
Yeah.
It's going to break down. You know,
What
you have
is
to make.
what is the fanciest high tech prop you've ever built?
Probably Lance. I built everything in Lance's show at the Monte Carlo. So the biggest thing we ever was the appearing Corvette.
The appearing Corvette,
Yeah.
and that's where you drove off with the little kid at the end and had
But
his fun.
it was a
and then-
combination of it was a giant smoke chamber with producing the Corvette,
Yeah,
and then
along
he
with-
vanished. He vanished the Corvette with the kid.
with the
at
kid,
end.
and the kid never was seen again. Not with the same facial expression, anyway.
Yeah.
He's coming, one hand on his butt, rubbing it, and the other hand with
Hey,
an
come
autographed picture
on.
of Lance.
But every May I start getting the calls from the kids people are going on America's Got Talent. I'm doing some stuff this year right now.
You're building their stuff for them.
And you
Can't
tell
say.
them my story.
I
and
tell
say,
them, I
"Don't
tell
do
now,
it."
but I even have pro friends of mine calling. I'm going to go on. I said, don't do it. Don't do it.
You get to build all that stuff for them.
Well, actually, the last couple of years I haven't been able to because it's at the last minute, and so they want this. They want to just rent an illusion or whatever and do it, and that's why I tell people like Lance Burton or David Copperfield. I tell them these stories. They're like, how can these guys just rent a prop, and then go down and be on, do it without any kind of rehearsal? But that's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
So.
Who built Seth Grable's stuff? Where did that? He had huge stuff.
Well, Seth had some big stuff, but Murray had some really huge
Murray actually
stuff.
did. He produced the Ferrari. It was
Who did
he
the
rented
freight
something
train?
for me.
Was it Murray the freight train?
Oh, that was some other jerk that built the train.
But
don't mention his name.
Murray did that on the show.
Yeah, and then
though.
actually America's Got Talent. I think they paid for it.
We're talking about Murray the Thief, by the way. But it's an occasion.
He is.
God damn him.
He is. What did he
3
take?
bits, man. 3 bits. I told him to stop, and he said, "Yeah, okay, I want to." And I heard he's doing them still. We could put them back in. So we're talking about Murray the Thief in case Murray's watching. All right, and we'll change that when you stop doing my shit. All right, we'll take that
Good.
out.
More people have to say that because it's
No,
that's
in
another.
Australia,
It's
you go and you just get your ass kicked in Australia. If someone steals your shit, you just go kick your ass. And you're in the same business. I mean,
my business has suffered so much. I'm not a really inventor, but I have exclusives for a lot of illusions.
When you build a magic, explain how it works. When you build a magic property,
There's only a handful of really magic inventors. It's Jim Steinmeier is our biggest and best.
Yeah.
Andre Cole, Dan Summers. There's a few others. So I have a lot of exclusives on some of these illusions. So when somebody comes to me to pay, a wind shear is a popular illusion where the big fan that's spinning and you go through it. Well, it's Jim Steinmeier's idea, and every time I build one, I get paid Jim $2,000 for the rights. Well, Hans Klock was one of the first ones to buy it. It was on World's Greatest Magic.
yeah.
Everybody saw it, and I started building a lot of them. Then, thanks to YouTube, people could freeze frame and all that, and they could figure out how to make them. So there's more knockoff wind shears than real ones.
So what is your recourse?
And if it's in the States, I can fight it. In Europe, I'll call people, I'll yell at them. There's nothing I could really do. But now China is horrible.
Oh, they're horrible with
yeah,
everything.
I mean,
you
yeah.
can't even count
India's-
them in the game
you can't
because
do
they
it.
take everything.
Yeah.
India.
That's
is
why
awful.
even like
A
your
nuclear
buddy,
bomb will fix that.
your
One
buddy,
big nuclear bomb will fix that whole thing. Yeah.
so.
We're all dead now.
Has there been an episode where we haven't done a day?
No,
Asian
because they
imitation?
always come up in a
It
negative
always
light.
comes. It always takes
They're
that
stealing
turn.
Bill's shit. We nuke them. Yeah, Bill and
So-
I always talk about Copperfield and his idiosyncrasies. He's a very strange guy, and he lives in his own little world. But it's fucking pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And without David Copperfield, I mean, their magic would not be what it is now. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about it.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I think
Yeah.
that.
And now he's in a different chapter.
Bad mouth David Copperfield. Here's the deal: doesn't know David Copperfield.
No.
They're just jealous magicians. So yeah, Copperfield's a pretty interesting character. I like Dave a lot, and
He's still the hardest working guy
yeah,
in showbiz. I mean, ever since I've known him as a 16, 17-year-old kid, he's always been the smartest and works the hardest.
He does,
and that's why he owns his own island.
Were
Yeah.
you around though? Because there's stories of the story that and every time I start off a sentence with the story is this: that originally Doug Henning was going to make a Statue of Liberty disappear. Was there something?
No, actually,
What was-
the vanishing of the Statue of Liberty was Jim Steinmeier's idea.
Okay.
He did pitch it to Doug, and Doug, that just didn't fit Doug's style.
It didn't fit. Yeah, it wasn't Doug.
So then he pitched it to Copperfield, and then the method that Jim came up with was a little different than what David ended up doing.
How did he do that? Like the Statue of Liberty disappear.
What was it like during
I'll get him.
those years when Doug was going out, David was coming in? Was there tension between the two of them at all? Was there?
Yeah, and it was. If it wasn't for Doug, there would be no David, and David does know that. At the time there was a lot of competition.
Because in primetime TV special, Magic was a kids show thing. Mark Wilson, who was great, but it was
Mark
a
was
kids
original.
show. But Doug made it. Doug made it an adult show. Took it to Broadway with the
legitimate
Magic
Broadway show.
Yeah.
With the
There's no
Magic show.
going out gracefully with magicians. Magicians don't go out gracefully. They die or there's
Yeah.
a battle.
But
You know what I
Doug
mean?
was a wonderful man, but the problem is he didn't really changed with the times. I mean, he was basically kind of a hippie-ish guy, the wonder of it all, and it was really Doug. It was wonderful
Yeah,
for him.
he was,
He didn't keep up with it, and he also, when he worked here in Vegas, once he got into the TM, he didn't like doing. He didn't like
Vegan World.
Vadaland.
Vadaland, yeah.
But he didn't like working for drunks at night, and it also kind of interfered with his transcendental meditation.
Yeah, he wanted to build an amusement park called Vadaland.
Vadaland.
And it was trying to get
In
that
Orlando.
built. Yeah,
They bought the land, and yeah, so one of the rides was you go through the inside of a rose.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like oral
and
sex.
and then the floating yogis and all. You ever see those yogis that say they're floating with
The ones with the
they
picnic
hop?
baskets?
The ones where they hop. They just hop and they say that they're like levitating.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Because they hop, and then they stop for a minute
Yeah.
or two, and then they come
but
out.
basically, it happened with Doug.
Oh,
It was he didn't keep up with the times. He didn't tour as much, and David just kind of stepped right in there.
Yeah, and David does not want to give up the title because now it's the same with Chris Angel. It's like if you're Chris's friend, you're not David's friend. If you're David's
You're a
friend,
David
not Chris.
Copperfield, or I like Chris. He's a nice enough guy.
Yeah,
I have never
yeah.
really built any. He has one illusion in my show that he bought secondhand. He's always been nice to me, but I'm a Copperfield guy.
I'm a Copperfield guy too,
Yeah.
but I like Chris Angel too. I tried to ride that line in between, and there is no riding that line in between.
Well, it's Chris. Hey, Chris has done great on his own. There is no reason
Chris
for
is
him
the
to.
second hardest working guy.
He is really very
Chris
hard
works his
worker.
ass
Yeah.
off and deserves.
He's all over the place.
that he
But there's
gets
no
in the
reason to even try to. Chris will never amount to what David has because David,
No.
as far as quality
David's lon-
television,
longevity
money,
too, longevity.
everything. Yeah.
David will have the longevity because he's really. I mean, he's just a smart guy.
He's very
He-
smart.
You know, he does his research on everything, and
Yeah.
he's got surrounded himself with good people. And
Well, that's
so
why
did Chris. I mean,
peop-
there's so many parallels that it's hard to.
Well, people ask me, is it difficult building stuff for David Copperfield? And it's really not, because he has a whole. Before Chris Kenner, there was Don Wayne, and they would figure out pretty much how everything's going to work. And if I did have a question, Don or Chris would come over and they'd show me what they want to do.
The rumor has it that David's doing a whole new show now.
Yeah, he's we're
building
working a
stuff
few
that?
things for him
Are
right
you?
now.
Well, that's good to hear, man. That means he's not out.
No, he just signed
He's-
3 more years at the MGM.
Yeah,
It's the rumor they're going to name
he
it
loves
David
working,
Copperfield.
man. He loves working, and he wants to. I asked him why he worked so hard when he had all that money, and he said, "I like to hear the applause." He likes that.
He also I said, during the holiday season when he's doing 4 shows a day.
Oh my God!
I said, why are you doing so many shows? He said, if we can sell tickets. He said, I've got an island, a penthouse. I've
8
got a bunch of
islands,
people
yeah.
that work for me. We have to keep going. So
He's got a fun life, man. He really has a fun life. He makes his life very. I've done some strange things with David. I mean, I get calls at 4 a.m. or "Hey, come up to my room. We're racing fish. I go, I go up there and he's got all these gutters, these fucking gutters from the houses lined up with water in them, and he's got these fish and he's.
was this going to be for the island?
Yeah, he's letting these fish go, and whoever gets to the end first, and he's got this little shark that he cheated. He has a shark that looks like a goldfish, and that was his ace
Oh,
in the
that's
hole.
funny.
And this thing could move fast. Every time he'd win the
Right.
race with this little shark.
Right.
He'll call me at 2 a.m. with a joke that he can't even get through because he's laughing so hard. It's
Right.
just, he's like a kid. He's got this kid side of him that really is lovable.
No, he definitely does. People
Yeah.
don't see that.
Yeah.
But at the SAM convention last year, Stan Allen did an interview with him, and it was really, it's the new David. He is a changed person by having
Yeah.
kids and just
Having kids,
getting
and
older.
also the whole ordeal with that I'll say the word cunt
Oh.
that tried to frame him.
I've
She's
known-
in jail now, my understanding
Yeah,
is.
she tried to do it to
because she tried
somebody
to do the
else,
same
yeah.
thing to somebody
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
I've known David for a long time, and he was a big time womanizer. And so when this whole idea about that he would rape somebody came up, I mean, there's absolutely no.
I mean, you get
But he
women-
did go
you got women
underground.
throwing yourself
Yeah.
at him all the time. He doesn't need to do that,
Yeah.
But it's to get through a career that long without having any. Really, he hasn't had any negative press at all about him printed in 30 years probably, and that's the first thing that was printed about him, and it was a big thing, and it was a
Yeah.
big lie. He was so shaken by that, It really.
Well, usually I'll talk to him once a week, and during that I didn't talk to him for almost 6 months. He
it
just
cost him
really
a
shut
fortune,
down.
Not to mention,
Oh, I know.
just
Yeah.
because one fucking that girl should be executed,
And did you, Chris Kenner still has the computer when the FBI confiscated all their
Yeah,
computers.
yeah.
And Chris has still got the FBI sticker. It's kind of like a badge of honor. But most people still think that he did. You know,
I
that
know.
it
Yeah,
was
it
his honor.
did never made the news when
there's
he
always
does.
jokes about it, and comics make jokes. Even I do, but no, I don't. But
Because we have some
it's a
real
joke.
bad guys in Magic that
Yeah,
should be.
Yeah.
Bob
So-
Markwood, these guys like that.
Don't mention Bob Markwood to me. He touched me. But I let him. I asked for it. He wanted to put a puppet on my man. I said, go ahead. It'll be funny. Then when he made the puppet do jumping jacks, different story. but I digress. Bruce is constantly shocked.
Oh,
by what I say.
God.
You think
Oh,
he'd be
yeah,
used to it.
I
You
worked-
think he'd be used to it by now.
yeah, I ran
This is
into-
when I look over and this is what I see from Bruce. Well, Bill, we've had a great time talking with you.
Thank you.
There's a lot more we could say, but we've gone 3 hours on this one. And
And I didn't give away any secrets.
you didn't give any. Oh, how is the Raven trick done?
Raven, I don't do close
You know, you wave your hand over the coin. and
I
it's
just
gone?
illusions is all I do.
But you know how that's done, right?
No.
Right.
Magnets.
Magnets.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
you gave it away because it is done with magnets.
Close, I don't care about close-up.
No. I got him.
The ultimate trick done with magnets, probably too.
That's been our show. Thanks, Bill, for coming out. And,
Thank you.
Bruce, thanks for coming out. And he gets paid. He's coming out. So that's Burn Unit. And we'll see you next week.